Some of you sitting here today are hungry for success, hungry for breakthrough, but let me tell you something, success doesn't just slip into your lap. No, there are invisible enemies, silent killers that are quietly stealing your dreams, robbing your potential, and keeping you stuck in mediocrity. You don't hear them coming, you don't see them coming, but they are deadly, and if you don't recognize them, they will destroy your destiny. Today, I'm going to expose the 6 silent killers of success. These are the traps that hold you back while the world keeps moving forward. And if you catch them in time, if you recognize them, if you decide to fight back, you will rise higher than you ever imagined. So open your ears, open your heart, and let's uncover the truth together. Procrastination is a killer dressed in the disguise of patience. It whispers sweet lies in your ear, telling you that tomorrow is just as good as today, that the perfect moment is still waiting somewhere over the horizon. But here's the truth, the perfect moment doesn't exist. It's a mirage, a trick of the mind, a trap that keeps you comfortable and small while life marches on without you. Every hour that slips by while you wait is a brick in the wall that separates you from your dreams. You may think you're resting, but in reality, you're surrendering, handing your future over to chance and circumstance. Success is not for those who hesitate. It's for those who act even imperfectly, even fearfully, but with determination. Procrastination convinces you that preparation is the same as progress, that planning is the same as doing. And before you know it, days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and years into decades, while your potential quietly fades away. There's a fire inside you, a call on your life, and yet procrastination smothers it, telling you it's okay to wait, telling you it's okay to put your dreams on the back burner. But understand this, time is relentless. Time does not wait. While you delay, someone else is moving, someone else is building, someone else is claiming what could have been yours. Every moment you procrastinate is a moment stolen from your destiny, and no apology to yourself will ever return it. You cannot reclaim what is lost to hesitation, but you can fight for what remains in this moment. Action is the antidote to procrastination. One small step taken today creates momentum, and momentum compounds, shaping the life you've been meant to live. It doesn't matter if you start small. It doesn't matter if you stumble. What matters is that you start. Stop waiting for the stars to align. Stop waiting for the fear to vanish. Stop waiting for permission that will never come. The time is now. The power is in your hands. And the only thing standing between you and your breakthrough is the decision to move. Procrastination is silent, but its impact is deafening. Recognize it, confront it, and refuse to let it rob you of the life you were meant to create. Fear is a quiet enemy that creeps into the corners of your mind when you least expect it. It doesn't announce itself with fanfare. It doesn't knock on the door of your life. No, it slips in like a shadow, whispering lies that make you doubt yourself, that make you question your worth, that convince you that you are not ready, not capable, not strong enough to reach your dreams. Fear paralyzes the mind and freezes the soul. It tells you to stay small, to play safe, to accept mediocrity as your portion, all the while hiding the truth from you, that the only thing standing between you and your breakthrough is the courage to step forward. Fear is relentless, and it knows how to disguise itself as caution, as prudence, as patience. You think you are being careful, but in reality, fear has you trapped in a cage of your own making. It shows up in your hesitation, in your procrastination, in the constant replay of what-ifs that haunt your every decision. But listen to me, fear only has the power you give it. It cannot create opportunities, it cannot take action for you, and it cannot build the life you are meant to live. The moment you name your fear, confront it, and move toward it, it loses its grip. Fear can warn you, it can caution you, but it cannot stop you unless you let it. Every great achievement in history, every breakthrough story you have ever admired was written by people who walked through fear, not around it. Fear will always exist. It is part of the human experience. But what separates those who succeed from those who settle is not the absence of fear. It's the willingness to act despite it. When you stand on the edge of your comfort zone, trembling but determined, when you hear the voice of fear screaming louder than your own, that is the moment of true power. Step forward anyway. Take that risk. Speak that word. Launch that project. Fear may knock, but it will never define you unless you invite it in. Confront it, rise above it, and you will discover a strength in yourself that fear could never touch. There is a voice inside your head, and it has the power to either lift you or destroy you. Negative self-talk is that silent betrayer, the one that whispers in the quiet moments, the one that tells you that you are not enough, that your dreams are too big, that your goals are out of reach. It doesn't make loud proclamations. It doesn't demand attention, but its effect is deadly. I'm not worthy, this will never work, is a nail in the coffin of your potential. It sneaks into your mind when you are vulnerable, when you are tired, when the weight of life makes you doubt yourself. And if you are not careful, you begin to believe it. You begin to let it shape your decisions, to guide your actions, to define your reality. But hear me clearly, the words you speak to yourself become the blueprint of your life. If you speak defeat, you will live defeated. If you speak limitation, your possibilities will shrink. If you speak fear, fear will become your master. The moment you recognize the power of your inner dialogue, you can change the trajectory of your life. You can choose to speak life, to speak possibility, to speak victory over yourself. Affirmations, declarations, words of faith, these are not empty sayings. They are weapons against the invisible enemy that is negative self-talk. Begin to tell yourself that you are capable, that you are worthy, that your dreams are valid and achievable. Begin to challenge the lies that your mind tells you and replace them with truth. Surround yourself with reminders of your worth, with people who build you up instead of tearing you down, because the enemy is not outside you. It is inside. And the greatest battles you will ever fight will be fought in the silence of your own mind. But here's the good news. When you take control of the voice inside, when you become the master of your thoughts, when you refuse to believe the lies, a transformation begins. Your confidence rises, your actions align with your purpose, and the life that once seemed distant begins to come within reach. Negative self-talk may be loud in its persistence, but it will never be louder than the power of your conviction if you choose to speak the truth about who you are. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality. It is the quiet, unglamorous work that no one sees, the sacrifices you make when no one is watching, the consistency you maintain when temptation whispers for you to quit. Lack of discipline is a silent killer of success because it makes you a prisoner of your own desires. You may have talent, you may have vision, you may even have opportunity knocking at your door, but without discipline, all of it will slip through your fingers. Discipline is not popular. It doesn't come with immediate gratification. It demands effort. It demands routine. It demands that you do what you know needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Every morning you hit the snooze button instead of starting your day with purpose. Every time you choose comfort over growth. Every time you give in to distraction instead of focusing on what truly matters, you are allowing lack of discipline to rob you of your destiny. Discipline builds habits, and habits build character, and character builds empires. But lack of discipline builds regret. It creates a life where potential is wasted, where dreams are half-lived, and where success is always just out of reach. There is a price for greatness, and that price is paid in the currency of discipline. The late nights you put in, the early mornings you rise for, the extra effort you give when others rest. This is what separates those who succeed from those who simply wish. Discipline is the refusal to quit when the road gets tough. It is the ability to keep showing up when no one else is watching. It is the commitment to your vision, to your purpose, to yourself above all else. And here's the truth: talent without disciplines is like a river without a channel. It may have power, but it has no direction. It may have energy, but it cannot reach the sea. If you want to move from where you are to where you were meant to be, you must embrace discipline. You must allow it to guide your choices, to strengthen your will, to shape your life. Every small act of discipline compounds over time, creating momentum that can carry you further than you ever imagined. Don't underestimate the power of consistent action, because it is the silent force that turns ordinary lives into extraordinary legacies. Lack of discipline may be quiet, but its consequences are deafening, and the only way to overcome it is to rise above it. Every single day, there are people in your life who steal your energy, who drain your passion, who quietly sabotage your dreams while pretending to care. Toxic relationships are silent killers of success, because they cloud your vision, weaken your resolve, and convince you that you are less than you are meant to be. You may not always see it at first. They come disguised as friends, mentors, or even family. They criticize when they should encourage. They doubt when they should believe. They bring fear when they should inspire faith. And slowly, without warning, they begin to shape your reality, setting limits on what you think is possible. Your circle is your reflection. The energy you allow into your life determines the strength of your spirit. If you are surrounded by negativity, by constant complaining, by people who refuse to dream, who refuse to grow, you will find yourself adopting their limitations, carrying their doubts, living a life that is smaller than what God intended for you. Toxic relationships will drain your joy, steal your focus, and distract you from your purpose. They will whisper, "You can't. You're not ready. Why even try?" And if you listen, if you linger, if you let them define you, your destiny begins to fade. But hear me now. God never intended for you to walk through life carrying the weight of people who do not uplift you. Surround yourself with those who push you forward, who challenge you to be better, who celebrate your victories, who help you grow through your struggles. Energy is contagious. Faith, determination, and ambition are contagious too. Protect your heart, guard your time, and carefully choose who gets to speak into your life. You cannot afford to let someone else's doubts become your reality. Some relationships must be redefined. Some conversations must be ended. Some influences must be removed. And when you make the decision to separate yourself from toxicity, you make space for growth, for opportunity, for success. Your environment will either build you or break you, and the people around you are the architects of that environment. Choose wisely. Surround yourself with life-giving, purpose-driven, faith-filled people who encourage you to rise, who remind you of your value, who inspire you to become the best version of yourself. Toxic relationships are quiet, but their effect is loud. Guard your circle, protect your energy, and watch your life transform as you step into the destiny that was always meant to be yours. Complacency is one of the deadliest enemies of success, and it is disguised as comfort. It creeps in quietly, telling you that what you have is enough, that your current pace is sufficient, that tomorrow will take care of itself. And the danger is it feels safe, it feels familiar, it feels easy. But that is exactly what makes it lethal. When you settle, when you stop stretching, when you stop striving for more, you begin to shrink without even realizing it. Your potential, your dreams, your purpose, they begin to fade in the shadows of comfort. Complacency whispers in your ear, why push? Why struggle? Why aim higher? And if you listen, if you follow its seductive song, you will wake up one day realizing that the life you have is far smaller than the life you were meant to live. Growth demands discomfort. Progress requires struggle. Breakthrough comes only when you refuse to stay where you are, when you push past the easy, when you rise above the ordinary. The world does not pause for those who rest. Opportunity does not wait for those who hesitate. While you remain comfortable, someone else is running past you, claiming the doors that were meant for you. Complacency steals dreams quietly, but its impact is massive. It lulls you into believing you have done enough, when in truth, you have only scratched the surface of your potential. You must learn to recognize it, to fight it, to refuse it. Challenge yourself daily. Set goals that scare you. Step into new territories even when your legs shake. Complacency cannot be defeated by wishful thinking. It can only be overcome by relentless action. Remember, the comfort zone is a prison, and the bars are made of the familiar, the convenient, and the acceptable. To live a life of true success, you must break free. You must push beyond what is comfortable. beyond what is easy, beyond what everyone else accepts as enough. Every small act of courage, every decision to stretch, every refusal to settle compounds over time and propels you toward greatness. Do not let complacency whisper in your ear and rob you of your destiny. The life you dream of, the legacy you are meant to leave, the impact you were born to make. It is waiting for you beyond comfort, waiting for you beyond the zone of safety. Step out, rise up, and claim it, because complacency will never challenge you, but it will quietly kill the greatness inside you if you let it. Let me tell you something before you walk out of here today. Your success is not a matter of luck. It is not a roll of the dice. It is a choice. It is a decision. It is a commitment to rise above every silent killer that has been whispering in your ear, telling you that you can't, that you shouldn't, that it's too late. But hear me now. Too late is a lie. Too late is a trap. Too late is the language of fear, and fear has no home in the life of a warrior. You were created for more than procrastination, more than fear, more than negative self-talk, more than lack of discipline, more than toxic relationships, and more than complacency. You were created for greatness, for purpose, for victory. Every step you take from this moment forward is a declaration. Every decision you make is a statement. Every word you speak to yourself and to the world is shaping your destiny. Do not let the silent killers of success steal one more day, one more dream, one more heartbeat of your potential. You are stronger than hesitation, braver than fear, louder than doubt, and more capable than you have ever imagined. So I challenge you, rise up, refuse to settle. Take control of your thoughts, your actions, your environment, and your future. Break the chains that have held you back. Step into the discomfort, embrace the grind, and fight for the life that is waiting on the other side of your courage. The world is not waiting for you to be ready. It is waiting for you to be bold. And when you do, when you finally silence the killers that have tried to steal your destiny, the world will see a force that cannot be stopped, a life that cannot be ignored, and a soul that will forever shine in victory. Your time is now. Your moment is here. Go claim it.